I want to get off my keister in all caps, do something for the kingdom.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Jerusalem, Shmoozalem. It's Tucson, baby.
It's Jerusalem. To Jerusalem. And he's like, look, guys, I'm an actor. I make choices.
Yeah.
And the director's like, holy shit.
Stevie B's CBD.
Homeless man.
That's the pod. Good night, everyone.
It's a Daily Show music.
Lorne Michaels for your consideration. All right, I'm doing fucking intro. Here we go.
Okay, Jesus Christ, man.
Sorry, man.
Hit me with it. I mean, the one I did was perfect, but let's keep it. Go ahead.
Welcome, everyone, to Overshadowed, the only podcast about the siblings and spouses of famous people. This week, we're covering Stephen Baldwin. But first, I'm Zach.
I'm Charles.
And, man, let's redo it.
Oh, my God. We're never going to get it done, everybody. Let's talk about this. Today, we're doing Stephen Baldwin, the youngest brother of the Baldwin brothers, the most famous being Alec Baldwin. We're covering Stephen because he's a very interesting character. If you do remember him at all, he was a doofus in a bunch of weird movies.
You may have seen him in Biodome.
Yeah.
That earned a 1 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Yeah. He did a lot of low-rated doofus
A lot
movies.
of crap. He did. He was in The Usual Suspects.
And that's like a cult classic.
That's a
I think.
pretty highly acclaimed movie. He's not a highly acclaimed part of it, but he's not bad.
No, he's not bad.
Some of the scenes he's not bad. He's in Half Baked. He's also the brother of lone gunman Alec Baldwin.
Yeah.
Who, I mean, honestly, I feel like Stephen, this is his chance to rise to the top.
Definitely. He needs to come out.
The problem is he's very committed to Christianity and spreading the faith, and nobody hates that more than people who make movies.
Yeah.
They don't want to work with him.
No. He got a little too deep into faith, but it's not a bad thing. He helps people with his faith.
No, I think overall he's a pretty good guy. I mean, we're going to cover his conversion to or his returning, his born again.
Yeah, he was reborn.
His rebirth.
He was a born again Christian.
Yeah, because he was a Catholic when he was a kid, and then he kind of went his own way. Hollywood, he's living the life. He put it in an interview. He's doing all these Republican talk show interviews. He's like, "Yeah, I was living in the fast lane." I'm like, "You were fucking hookers."
Yeah, that's what that means. No, that's like the
you were
fast
doing
lane.
blow out of butts.
Yeah, you were doing some wild stuff.
He's like, "I was in the third lane, on the highway, the fast lane.
So that's the lane I'm in.
I was passing people.
I get to do whatever I want."
He has some financial struggles. He goes bankrupt. He doesn't report income tax for 3 years.
Yeah.
He has a very devoted fan base because he's like one of the actors in Hollywood who, he is kind of a good dude. He seems like a nice guy.
Yeah.
And he's really promoting Christianity. He calls everybody brother in like the way that your priest would.
He's like a camp counselor. But like a Christian.
I think Christians see him as like, oh, this guy could make Hollywood holy again.
Yeah.
He could take one of the O's out and really start something. Hollywood.
The way it was supposed to be.
Well, here's one thing I saw in an interview, him talking about it, in terms of like why Hollywood doesn't like Christians.
Okay.
Is he explained it, which I think is a good explanation. Christians preach a certain thing, which includes that certain things are wrong and not good to do, not holy, not of God, whatever. And so a lot of the things that Christians don't agree with, that's how people in Hollywood live their lives. And you could tell he was just trying to steer on saying gay. But he's like, whether it's like gambling, I'm like,
or
nice,
fucking a guy.
Nice start, Steven.
Yeah,
Gambling's good.
Bad.
Gambling or just being lustful or overconsumption, just drinking and drugs and stuff. And I'm like, just say gay, Steven.
Yeah, come on, Stevie.
I don't know. He's there's a few interviews where they're talking about, his politics of like gay marriage and whatever. And it's like, yeah, he's not great on those issues. But I think overall as a guy, he's actually pretty cool. Like I would say overall I'm in favor of Stephen Baldwin.
I'm pro Stephen Baldwin.
He's not the best actor. He's an actor.
Yeah.
And that's nice.
He's in the league.
Yeah.
But you don't
he's in
go
SAG.
to, you go to
He pays his dues.
He's got a better brother.
To Christ above all, he pays his dues. And he gives glory to God. And he doesn't know how to smile.
No, he doesn't know how to smile, and he's passed that on to everybody in his family.
Yeah, if you look up him and Hailey Bieber, they all have this weird blue steel look that's not good.
Yeah, if he's given anything to the world, it's blue steel doesn't work in reality. This guy saw Zoolander and was like, perfect.
Yeah.
That's the smile.
And if you look at his smile, he has weird, like, dimply, like, upward facing dimple fangs.
Yeah.
Like at the corners of his mouth, there's these little divots that go up whenever he smiles.
And it looks like a weird cat.
It looks like a jack-o'-lantern or something.
Yeah.
Like when you draw a smile too big and it gets creepy.
Yeah, he's got these upper little... It's like there's 2 bobas stuck in his jaw. 2 little boba things.
Yeah.
Just a couple of... And it's weird that because sometimes it just doesn't help to smile. Like, oh, shit.
Oh, you got a touch screen?
No.
Did you touch it? What happened?
I don't know what happened.
Okay. God, he has...
Dude, these
I do want to
are
drown
great.
in his eyes.
I know, he has unbelievable eyes.
Great
Look at
eyes.
This guy.
Frosty
are they
blue.
Father and daughter? Are they dating? This girl be lucky.
He does have those bedroom eyes.
Even in his younger... Look at his younger pictures, though. Look at this guy. He had this look always. Look at these 3.
He has very pouty lips. That one, he looks kind of like a male porn star.
Yeah. You know what it is? Also,
the middle one there. I mean, those 2 when he's like 20. He's hot.
Yeah.
He's a hot man.
This guy's still trying a little bit too hard.
That's backwards hat. Who would wear that?
Signed it.
But he's a good looking guy there. But he's looking normal there.
Yeah.
He has resting face. Whenever he tries to look hot, that's where it starts to go wrong.
Hilarious.
Head bent down.
Pouty,
real
hot
pouty.
Boy. Pouty hot boy.
Pouty hot boy. The long hair wasn't working.
No.
That's a bad look.
That's a pharaoh?
Yeah.
So he's got this look that is blue steel in real life, and then the best thing is finding pictures of anybody in his family, and he's all given them the gift of this curse. They all somehow he's converted everybody in his family to think that's the best way to smile.
That's how to smile.
We're all gonna be a hot family together, guys.
All right, for the Christmas photo, 1, 2, 3, pout,
Pout.
pout.
Everybody pout. Haley.
Christ on 3.
All right, so hit me with the movie. This guy.
I'll hit you with some movies. Well, we all know him from The Usual Suspects. Have you seen that movie?
I haven't seen any of this guy's movies except Biodome.
That's so sad.
I know. Is it a fun movie?
I actually didn't like it, but I don't know if I paid attention.
Okay.
It's one of those movies where there's a big reveal at the end, and then you're like, oh, but it was so well hidden that it wasn't fun for me.
Got it.
It wasn't like I was kind of guessing at that the whole time. It was too big of a reveal. I'm like,
Got it.
You know, when it's too disconnected from the plot. That's how I felt, probably just because I'm an idiot.
Sure.
But it was one of my ex's favorite movies. So she's like, isn't that cool? And I felt bad. I was like, yeah, great movie, babe.
Yeah, I love the movies you love.
Spend the weekend at my mom's. He's in The Usual Suspects when they're all lined up and they're trying to get, you know, when you're in a police lineup and you gotta like say the line so we can see if you're the guy who said it. And they go, can you say this line? Hand me the keys, you fucking cocksucker. And he does a thing that I don't know if it's good or not. I'll put it in. I'll splice it in right here.
Step forward.
Give me the fucking keys, you fucking motherfucker!
Knock it off. Get back. Number 3, step forward.
He really makes a decision.
It's very stupid. I think it's
You
stupid.
cocksucker motherfucker!
Yeah, and then they kept it in there, and he was probably like, yes.
Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah, he probably refused to do a take that wasn't that.
Yeah. And he's like, look, guys, I'm an actor. I make choices.
Yeah.
The director's like, holy shit.
He describes himself as an adrenaline junkie in his like overall life, and you can kind of see that in his acting. He's really over the top. He says he likes skydiving. He did this movie called 8 Seconds. He's riding bulls, you know, ATVs. Like he's just skateboarding, right? And then he you can tell he's kind of going for like an X Games performance.
Yeah.
He's like at 100.
Yeah,
you know,
all the
very
time.
committed.
Very high on life. Even when you're watching interviews of him and they're doing like B-roll of him just standing around, he's like, yeah.
The B-roll is insane. The B-roll from that Christian interview is crazy.
It's the best B-roll I think I've ever seen in my life.
I want to buy.
It's like him posing.
Yeah, I want to buy whoever edited that a drink.
It
He really did a good job.
Amazing.
Because he's talking about how he found Christ, and then spliced in, he'll just be like, "Bah!" Like, he's like, I had to do that. Did you? Did
No,
you have to do
didn't.
that? You didn't have to do that.
Does that to a camera, you're like, this sucks.
He tries to do like a pop-out scare
and
in the middle of an interview.
Anna Gusta had a very interesting reaction to the question. She literally burst out laughing in my wife's face.
You're like, what?
Yeah, and he's like, I'm kidding, man. I'm crazy. I'm a good guy.
I'm just high on Christ.
Thanks be to God.
Thanks, praise be. Praise be to him.
Praise be. Yeah,
this is what I was going to say. I feel like he's the kid in school who eats worms for other people's entertainment, but it's not clear whether they asked him to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like, are they laughing at him? Are they laughing with him? Did anyone have this idea except for him?
Yeah, but he gets to hang around with the brothers.
Yeah, what do you mean?
He gets to hang around with the crew.
In Posse?
Still.
That's one of my favorite movies that I think we should watch. It's an all-black Western with starring White Comrade. That's how they describe him in the film. Stephen Baldwin.
Starring White Savior.
No, he's like definitely a tag-along.
Yeah.
There's a scene where a guy comes in and everyone like jumps out a window to escape. Stephen Baldwin throws a knife, totally misses, and then jumps out the window. Not a white savior by any means. This guy's a white dunce. But that's kind of my point, is like he's like a simp for the enjoyment of others. Like he'll do whatever.
He's the heel. Not really.
No,
Okay,
he's not the heel, but he's just like he really wants you to like him. But some of the choices that he makes to accomplish that don't really work, and that is what I think I find charming about him.
I agree with that.
The fact that he's trying so hard, it's not working. I like that it's not working.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of charming, kind of endearing.
Yeah, it's very hokey.
It is hokey. Yeah,
he's a hokey guy.
And he uses words like hokey.
Yes.
Words you've never even considered using. And then you
not even for fun.
No.
Yeah.
No, not even as a bit.
Yeah, not even. You're like, I wouldn't say that. Hokey.
Pokey, put your left foot in. Was it the hokey pokey? Hokey pokey. He's probably playing that with his mistress.
Yeah,
he had an affair, by the way. We're going to talk about that. But I think he's kind of similar to Nick Cage in that way. He's pretty harmless. He's like a cat bringing you a dead bird. And you're like, oh, my love language isn't dead birds, but I appreciate you.
Yeah,
for
you're
trying.
doing a good job.
For trying. Yeah,
like
you give him a pat on the head.
People like you.
You send him off to church.
Yeah, have a good day.
Yeah. Can you tell me about Biodome? Because you've seen it.
I've seen it, but I don't have any.
Like as a kid on Comedy Central, it was just playing.
I saw it like 15.
I was shocked you'd seen this movie. You're like, oh, Biodome.
Yeah.
Like Biodome? You know Biodome?
It's Stephen Baldwin and Pauly Shore get locked away in a like lab. Is that what it is?
I want to talk for a long time about Biodome.
Really? Did you watch it?
No, but I have a lot of thoughts about it.
Okay, hit me with
give me the synopsis, though.
I think it's like they get locked away in a lab to see if it's like another planet for a year.
Yeah. The scientists, the concept of the movie is that the scientists are going to be like hermetically sealed in this dome thing for 1 year in this closed system where there's no germs. It's a totally self-contained world to see if they can kind of sustain themselves while living in harmony with nature. It seems like it's like to test out a colony on Mars. Like, can we make a self-sustaining colony? But the problem is, one of the many problems, it's connected to the electrical grid. You know what I mean? They have like gas. They have all of the utilities. They have the infrastructure of modern society. And they're like, can we do it on our own?
Got it. So you think you're not suspending disbelief enough, or you're just finding a flaw?
I'm just finding some flaws in
cooking
Biodome.
steaks with gas over there.
Exactly. Where are you getting the gas?
Where are you getting the propane? Is that just delivered to you on Mars?
Yeah, I guess they're like, well, let's say we can get all this stuff here. Will it work?
Yeah, I think that's what it is.
So that's the concept. So it's already kind of like a little tenuous, in my opinion.
Okay.
They're like locking themselves in a big mall in the desert for a year for science.
Mm-hmm. It reminds me when Patrick Star and SpongeBob go inside Sandy's house.
Patrick Star. Oh, yeah. No, you're totally right, actually.
Oh, okay.
No, you are. Sorry. It was just funny that you said Patrick Star.
Yeah, I know.
Very official. That's fair.
But you have a lot of opinions on this.
I got a lot of opinions on Biodome.
You know, Alec said Alec Baldwin told Stephen Baldwin that if you are to do Biodome, it'll be the single most career-ending decision you'll ever make in your life.
Stephen?
So that already, they're like...
Don't do it. It's not a good move.
And then meanwhile, the brother's like on 30 Rock and just blasting
like
off.
Proving that he knows how to do Hollywood.
Exactly. And he's like, well...
Buddy, I've read Biodome. I know Pauly. It's not good.
Biodome's always been around. They're just waiting for two stupid fish to take a bite of it.
The sharks have been circling. The Biodome sharks. And they're going to take a big old bite out of you.
Yeah, exactly. You can't say yes to Biodome.
It's like the poor man's Dumber and Dumber to the nth degree. It's so bad.
Imagine Dumb and Dumber with no offense to, but you hear rumors of Pauly Shore just being very unfunny. And he's cast as
he's
like
horrific.
Yeah,
he's so bad.
I watched an interview on him with Joe Rogan the other day. This was years ago. This Joe Rogan, so who knows where yet? But the 7 minutes was like about. He's like, I wish I was more famous, man. I used to be like the leading guy.
And Joe's like, well, you're not funny.
Yeah, and Joe's like, I don't know why you're Okay.
Yeah.
And he's like, the weasel. This is a role. He goes, the weasel just doesn't really get cast as much.
He calls himself the Weasel.
I could have. I think like I could be wrong, but I think he says like the weasel or the doofus. Like that role is gone, and now you're right.
As it should be.
It should be. It was stupid and
to
hokey.
sum up the tone of the movie.
Yeah.
That's the movie.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We're two dumb guys.
We're two dumb dudes.
There's no girl character to balance this. We're just being two dumb guys the whole movie.
Yeah, it's like a guy who's like, I'll just go up on stage and just
Yeah. Dumb and Dumber at least had the girl character they were interested in, and like it made this is just two dumb guys.
If I saw myself doing like one of the mannerisms Steven or Polly did in Biodome on stage, a shudder would go through my spine.
Yeah.
You know when you do like a big act out and it doesn't work? That's Biodome.
And you're like, I knew that wouldn't work.
That
was so dumb.
He's running. I mean, Steven has like, he's dressed like, he has like a puka shell necklace. He has these like, it's not dreads. What are those things called? He looks like the guy in Rocket Power. Like that kid's hair.
Yeah. Otto. But I don't know what to.
Otto.
Corn? No.
No, they're corn. It's like the corn sprouted. It's coming down.
Yeah.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's time to harvest.
It is like dreads.
Yeah, it's close to dreads. Biodome's the first movie that, or Biodome is the first debut of Tenacious D.
Yeah, they're on film.
Tenacious
right?
debut. Yeah.
Tenacious D is great.
I love him.
That's
cool that Biodome was like, it's the one good thing that came out of Biodome.
Yeah, it's like Chappelle's Show was the first TV show that Kanye West was on.
Oh, yeah?
It's like, you cut
I didn't know that.
That's cool.
Nice. Biodome got a 1 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is the lowest that it can get. It was a big box office bomb. In December of 2013, Stephen Baldwin appeared on the well-known program Man Cow's Morning Madhouse, hosted by Matthew Eric Man Cow Muller.
Jeez.
Confirming he was in talks with Pauly Shore about making a sequel to the film, revolving around the children of Bud and Doyle, their characters. Biodome is what like a Republican thinks comedy is.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
It's very, very
it's
bad.
so
comedy.
bad.
It's just like, this isn't funny.
But it's like I will give credit to Steven. Like I mean, one, he went for it, and two, in Half Baked, he delivers the lines pretty well.
Okay.
He's this character in Half Baked, MacGyver smoker. Oh, I need a pineapple, a screwdriver, and 3 batteries. Hurry up, man! I can make a bong out of anything. Like that kind of guy.
And that's like part of the movie.
Yeah, he's like, now you gotta always have a MacGyver smoker. It's kind of fun. It's like a fun. He does it well.
Okay.
And in The Usual Suspects, it's like fine.
Okay.
You know.
He's a decent actor.
He's okay. He's very okay.
Okay.
Just the last thing on Biodome. It's insane to get a 1 out of 100 rating on Metacritic and be like, you want to make another?
You guys want to do a sequel?
Part 2?
Fuck the haters.
Who is agreeing to doing that?
Also, yeah, I don't know. But they didn't do it, right?
No.
What?
No. No, at that time in 2013, Stephen Baldwin was going through a tax evasion lawsuit with the DA of New York. So he was a little tied up.
Yeah, he probably couldn't make it through a lot of shoots.
Yeah, he probably wanted to get in the Biodome.
Yeah, he's like, let's just make this movie. Maybe it'll make us money, please.
Or like flee. You know, he's like, I need a Biodome of my own to seek refuge in and continue evading these taxes.
Yeah. I want to tell you a little bit about his website with the fans.
All right.
He has a lot of diehard fans, and they're very funny people. I looked up facts about Stephen Baldwin, and nobody has like a serious website about him. And I found this website that looked like it was like, the background is just a bunch of copy and paste Stephen Baldwin pictures.
It looks like a MySpace custom website,
yes.
You know, where you make your own background and
yeah.
it's just one photo over and over layered.
Like when you were a kid and you did it on grade school computers and you're like, whoa, this is a flame graphic.
Yeah, and there's like spinning sparkles.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
And I just found some of it to be kind of funny just on facts about Stevie.
Yeah.
Before we get into the real facts of his Christianity life, this is the pre-secular Stevie facts. Let me see if you like any of these. He likes to eat creamy peanut butter and jelly sandwiches on white bread. Who doesn't?
Creamy peanut butter and
Creamy.
jelly? Yeah, I don't like that the way that's phrased. Creamy peanut butter on white bread.
Full of cream.
Yeah, okay.
Jelly never decides
Just
to be
say peanut butter.
Yeah.
I don't need to know the consistency. But it's good to know he likes creamy. If ever I meet him, I'll make sure to make sure to have a creamy peanut butter on it.
You could see him eating that too.
Brother. Oh, that's good. You can really slip into Stephen Baldwin face if you try.
Okay, hold on. This is Stephen Baldwin eating a creamy peanut butter and jelly.
For Lauren Michaels, for your consideration.
You know, Haley, this sandwich tastes a lot better. After you accept Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior.
I was waiting for it.
Peanut butter just gets creamier when you know God's got a plan. You just gotta eat it like a fish. Does he ever show teeth?
Yeah.
He like bites with his lips and then pulls it into his teeth, like how a whale sucks in plankton. You gotta get through the bristles.
That's a horrifying image. That's yeah. He's kind of like a hungry hippo.
Yeah. It's just like this.
He's like a snake.
Here's another. Oh, here we go.
Yeah, give me all right. Fun fact number 2.
Steven enjoys eating at a restaurant called Grandma Tony's Pizza in Arizona. He used to be.
Oh yeah, he lived in Arizona.
Yeah, he used to be seen there with fellow The Young Riders cast member, and is quoted as saying, "I'm not filming anything until I get my Grandma Tony's." That's a fun guy.
As soon as the plane lands,
Get me Grandma Tony's.
he calls the studio. He's like, "I'm not filming anything till I get my Grandma Tony's." They're like, "Yeah, it's fine. We're starting in 2 days." So
You're early.
That's the type of guy he is. He'll
Yeah.
and then he'll be like, "Man, wasn't that hilarious?" He'll
Yeah.
call it back.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That was good. And they're like, Steven. Yeah, it was good.
I guess.
During his movie Fled with Lawrence Fishburne, an explosive device went off in Steven's face and he needed stitches. Surprisingly, you can't even tell he was hurt. This guy really loves Steven.
Yeah.
I think this is just an endearing
That's very
fan.
kind to him.
Steven has admitted to being a computer nerd and being on AOL.
Whoa, dude.
Email me, Steven.
That's a cry for help. That's just a little shout out amidst the fun facts. Like, Steven, if you're reading this,
Email me.
I know about the creamy peanut butter, Steven.
Come on,
Send
Steven.
me, drop me a line.
We could eat a sandwich together. When they were younger, William, Daniel, and Alec were all lifeguards on Jones Beach, a beach near their home. And
Okay.
Steven was forced to pick up beach litter because he was too small to be a lifeguard. Classic Stevie.
He's on gnome trash duty.
Yeah. He's picking up seagulls. on the
Yeah,
beach.
yeah. He's scooping them up with his tiny little hands.
Yeah. He was an opera singer as a teenager.
No way,
Couldn't
really?
find any footage. I don't know if he made that up or what.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that comes up when you do Stephen Baldwin opera.
Huh.
And I wish there was.
He
'cause
might
I
have
would-
scrubbed.
I
He
wish
might have scrubbed it.
Yeah, maybe it was too embarrassing, but it'd be great if he was a great
His voice
opera
is
singer.
Oh, ah!
Yeah.
He brings that energy to opera.
Yeah, that doofus.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin. I got a sick falsetto, dude.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Give me a song. Take on me.
Oh my God. You hear that at karaoke and you go, no.
Yeah, no.
Why'd you choose that?
What's next from this crazed fan?
He broke his shoulder blade and cracked a rib while participating in the CMT reality show Ty Murray's Celebrity Bull Riding Challenge.
He likes riding bulls.
And he's willing to pay the price.
Yeah. He broke his shoulder?
Broke his shoulder blade and cracked a rib.
Damn.
Yeah, by riding a bull.
Yeah.
On
you
a TV
mess
show-
with the bull.
Crack your ribs.
Crack your ribs. Break your shoulder.
So those are all the ones that I found interesting. Well,
He
the
also
most-
got, I think the best fun fact of them all. Miley Cyrus said, all right, at a meet and greet, Stephen went up to, first of all, set the scene. Stephen Baldwin approached Miley Cyrus at a meet and greet with the goal of getting in to Hannah Montana, the Disney show. And Miley's like, all right, if you get a tattoo of my initials, Hannah Montana's initials, then I'll put you on the show. And Stephen's like, all right, sister.
Yeah,
Okay,
what a pretty
sounds
good
good.
deal. Nice.
Everyone else knowing it's a joke, the whole crowd laughing, her laughing when she said it. And he was like, yeah. Okay. So he goes out, gets an HM tattoo on his shoulder, shows it to Miley Cyrus later, and she's like, oh, no, you can't.
14-year-old Miley Cyrus was like, what?
Are you kidding?
You thought I was serious?
Yeah, I'm definitely not letting you in now.
Jesus.
Nor do I want to be alone with you in the same
Ever
room.
again. You just said, this tattoo shows me everything about who I need to know about
Yeah,
you.
he's smiling at me like a werewolf right now.
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to eat my soul.
What do you think?
I can't believe a grown man. How old was he when he got that tattoo? Like at least 30.
Oh, for sure. He had kids, I believe.
I think that's why he wanted to do it, maybe.
Yeah,
for
I
the
think
kids.
I think so too.
And again, it's like, Dad.
Also, he's bankrupt. Like, he needs money.
Well, I was going to say, you can't afford to go out and get a $100 tattoo. He's plunging himself into further debt with his tattoo habits.
Yeah, trying to get back. But to him, it's a good idea.
Is that a good way to get on a show? Is just get a tattoo?
Hey.
Grey's Anatomy.
Come
Huh?
on. You were in it.
On my face. They're like, well, we definitely can't use you now.
Yeah.
That would be funny if you had a Grey's Anatomy tattoo as like one of the guy, like a meta little Easter egg in the episode. The guy that comes into the emergency room like has a Grey's Anatomy tattoo.
Like
a little wink
how
to the
Disney
viewers.
movies do like little hidden things.
What do you mean?
Like
penises?
I mean, oh no, I think it's Pixar. Like Toys R Us will have different characters in different movies. Like in Toy Story, one of the toys was Stitch. And Stitch hadn't even been made yet.
Oh, cool.
Like, whoa.
Or like Stan Lee in Marvel before he died.
Okay.
They should still keep throwing Stan in there.
For sure.
Put on some shades and wheel him out.
Yeah, come on.
You got to keep a tradition alive. Keep these fans what they want.
And they want a dead Stan Lee on screen.
Or they just have Stan Lee making cameos as a corpse. It's just like you see
that dies in that
who's
movie.
getting wheeled into that ambulance, or you see like his face as a body bag zips right as
Yeah.
Captain
There
America
he is
like
again.
Captain America walks by like some wreckage, and you see a coroner. Hey,
And it's actually dead Stan Lee. Oh. His face is horrible.
You're like, I think he winked.
There was he tugged his ear at the end for his mom.
His ear fell off at the end for his mom. Later, like 100 years later, he's just the skeleton in like the kids' science class.
Yeah. That's Stan Lee.
He has the glasses and the facial hair still.
And then eventually he just ashes in an urn. That's Stan Lee.
He's like in a museum. It's in a museum.
Yeah.
The urn, the ashes of Stan Lee. I think the urn winked.
And then in the movie they released the those were his ashes. It's crazy.
Then every time you see a movie, you're like, he's in the air.
Yeah.
He's with
always
us.
watching.
He's a bird comes. It's Stan Lee.
That's Stan Lee.
Oh, man, they're coming in. It's so fun. I wish we could mic the door.
Yeah, we
I
should.
really do, because like if you guys could hear the clawing and the scratching and the banging that we hear, it's like we're podcasting in the middle of the wilderness.
And and
there's like chupacabras trying to come in.
And we're like, oh.
They're like, you talking bad about Stephen Baldwin in here?
There's only one studio in our village, and it's where the chupacabras live.
His fans are very devoted, and they're mainly chupacabras. It's funny that she rejected him. In the Wikipedia, it's also like he does admit to regretting this tattoo.
Oh, really? Do you, Stephen Baldwin?
Yeah. He should just get a little eye in the middle and be like, no, it's about him, the Lord.
You should. I would say give him that advice.
I might
Find
email
his
him.
email. Put an eye in there, dude.
Arial 7-point eye. Boom.
Boom.
It's gonna fix
You
that
can
right
put it
up.
right in there.
Yeah.
Right in there.
Or just like downward holy ministry.
Yeah. Or you could get a tiny eye.
His ministry.
His ministry is good.
Should I get it? Should I switch careers? Stop this podcast and become a tattoo consultant for Christian cover-ups?
For what they could mean.
Yeah. What do you got? 2 devils 69ing? Okay. Maybe circle cross through it.
Wow.
Bad.
Okay.
That's bad.
Then you're a good Christian.
Yeah, because you hate that kind of shit.
Come on. You're letting people know what you stand for.
Uh-huh.
Not this.
Mm-hmm.
Zach Russell's Christian cover-up tattoos.
Give me a tattoo and I'll
Okay.
Christianize it. I'll evangelize it.
A devil peeing. Like that guy you see on
on the back of the
windshields, but it's like
truck?
a devil on your shoulder.
A devil. Well, I'm really trying to think. You got to give me some time here. I mean, this is
time. I'm just
and
having
I'll bill
fun.
you hourly.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm enjoying the process.
Okay. Sorry, I really got to get in there.
I'm over here. Somebody walks in.
I see it. Every consultation is me like trying to contact the Lord for 30 minutes. Hold on, it's connecting. Keep getting people's grandmas. I'm trying to get to God here. All right, a devil peeing.
You're walking through a sea of dead grandmas. Heaven's got to have a
Give me something that's not a devil. Give me like a regular non-religious tattoo that I'm going to make. Because HM isn't religious. It's just general.
Sure.
Like a clock tattoo, maybe a tribal.
Okay, give me a those tattoos of when people have trees. You know, it's like pine trees to be like a camp.
Oh, yeah.
I
Okay.
hate those.
So what I would do with a big forest of pine trees, I would draw through the vertical line about 2/3 up. I'd draw a horizontal line on all the trees, and I'd make the
Crosses.
branches come out at a perpendicular angle. Forest to crosses. Forest to Christ.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, and then I'd label it like a painter. Quote: Forest of Christ -- Zach Russell, comma the date. And then I'd put my Instagram, a QR code. It's mostly promo. That's why I'm so successful.
He's a great marketer. I mean, he puts a promo code. He tattoos his
My whole sleeve is
just one big.
one big Zach
You know,
Russell
people get those
comedy
pattern
billboard.
tattoos.
Yeah.
He's one just a QR code.
If you look closely, each one's a handle of his. You got WrestleMania. You got Overshadowed
TikTok.
Podcast.
He's still on Campfire.
He wrote Zach Russell Comedy 3 times for the YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram
improved
handles.
his score. His VidIQ score. He's got an end card at the tattoo. At 20 seconds of looking of it, a preview of his future tattoo comes up. It's pretty cool.
Give me one more tattoo. Or do you want to try one?
No, I don't want to try one. I want to give you one.
All right.
A clown, like an evil. You know how bikers get like evil clowns.
Right. Yeah.
My dad was gonna get one as a kid, and I told him no when I was 10. My dad came home one day when I was like 10. He goes,
Your dad was gonna
dude,
get one?
my dad almost got. My dad has like a persona. His revenge persona, like, cause he's a pool guy, so he can kind of like take things from people.
He's told you this?
Yeah, and even when I was a kid, I was like, no.
He calls it his revenge persona?
No, he just. That's what I.
Oh, okay. I'm like, how deep are we? Yeah.
No, he's silly enough that he's like.
He has a dad cave downstairs where he has different costumes that
Yeah.
he'll exact revenge in.
He goes out and kills people.
He
and
has pipes that'll kill people
yeah,
with.
it's very hokey. He's got a flamethrower, a couple grenades.
Yeah,
It's fun.
any
People
good
that
pool
double
cleaner
cross
would.
him, like cut him off in traffic. He finds out where they live and he kills them.
So what's his revenge persona? One
Karma the Clown.
Ew.
And when I was younger, he came home. He's like, "What if I get a?" It sounds like you grew up with like intellectual parents.
Yeah.
My dad was like, "What if I get a big clown right here?" And I was like,
Honk, honk.
like, he's like, yeah, and I was like, why? He's like, it's Karma. It'll be Karma the Clown. Like it's like that's, and I'm like, oh no. I'm 11 years old. Like my dad's consulting me. Like, wouldn't that be sick?
Yeah.
And as an 11-year-old, I was still like, oh no, oh no. And he'll still talk about things where it's like, he'll talk about like somebody in the family, and he's like, yeah, I mean, if they do that again, I just don't know. And I'm like, oh my God.
I'm going to roll up to my miniature car.
He goes, God help him.
I'm put on my big shoes.
Yeah.
Put on my big shoes.
Put on my red
foot
nose,
down.
let him know I mean business. Get out my squirty flower and show him what's up.
Spit acid in their face for my squirty flower.
2 Ks, by the way. Karma, Clown.
Yikes.
Boy, oh boy.
1K away from being a real bad tattoo.
Yeah.
So here's what I would do. I would make the hair, I would make like the burning bush. Moses' burning bush. We're assuming there's clown hair, right? So I'd turn that into a bush, maybe put some smoke over it or something, and then put Moses off to the side, being, doing the Macaulay Culkin Home Alone face. Oh. And then under the bush would be Jesus. I would make the clown face into Jesus' face, probably, because you can do a decent amount with cover-ups.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's just Jesus' face, and then on Jesus' hair is the
it's
burning,
the burning bush that
and
Moses
then
is
to the
looking
side
at,
is
Old to New Testament. That'll be $3,000. And of course, you're gonna have to do a full face of my QR codes.
What?
Yeah, and you're gonna have to make the face at least 3 times a day.
Can you imagine how many photographers are like, Steven? He's like, okay.
Yeah, when the paparazzi comes.
Yeah, that's a great tattoo. I'd take that.
You'd
Even
take
if
that
I'm not
tattoo.
even into God, and I may ask to keep.
Yeah. Christ the Clown. What happened? You okay?
He's so bad.
Oh, go pee. You're peeing frequently. Yeah. Drink a little less. I'm trying to get Charles to cut back on the water, but he won't listen. So we're doing fun facts. Do you want to get back into the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You want to talk about the Western?
Yeah, I do want to talk about the Westerns. He has this like, he's like this adrenaline guy.
Uh-huh.
So he likes bull riding. He likes horses. Like, I think he likes the Western aesthetic. He's in a few Westerns. He's in 8 Seconds as this guy, Tough Headman. Probably created by Stephen Baldwin. I gotta be, call me tough.
Call me tough.
Call me tough.
I'm
tough
a tough
what?
guy.
Headman.
I'm not gonna do the movie if you don't call me it,
I got
guys.
a tough head, man. What? Tough Headman.
Cowboy.
It's this movie about this like cowboy bull rider ascending to fame. Not Tough, like Tough's friend. He's never Tough's never Tough's never the guy. Rough's the guy.
Yeah.
So Ruff's at a champion. It's not Ruff, but Ruff's at a championship. He gets off. So by the way, 8 seconds is the minimum amount of time you have to stay on the bull for the round to be counted, like to be scored. So at the end of the movie, this guy becomes a famous bull rider. He's at a championship. He gets off after 8 seconds, so he kind of forfeits. But the bull's like, still in the game, turns around, gores him, snags an internal artery. The kid bleeds out in the arena.
Wow.
The final scene of the movie is Tough Headman, Stephen Baldwin, riding for 8 seconds and then an additional 8 seconds as a tribute for his fallen friend. So that's kind of cool. You get to do the extra long tribute bull ride in the movie. He like closes out the movie with like, this one's for you.
Yeah.
He's crying.
Yeah.
It's way too.
The bull's just stopped. He's crying on the bull.
That's how he's able to stay on. The bull's like, what the fuck was that?
He's crying. Get him off.
This is a lot.
Yeah.
This is a lot.
This wasn't.
Normally they don't like weep this much. This is weird for me.
He's ruining it. He's still moving.
I love you. He's still going up and down. The bull's standing still.
It's been a long time. The Fast and the Furious song.
Everything he does acting wise is like, well, you know, whatever. Like, you're doing it. You are pretending to be somebody else.
Yeah, you are acting. And
you're
that's
acting.
Nice.
You're an actor.
You're an actor. You're doing it, and
he's trying.
Yeah,
he's definitely trying, and I appreciate someone who's trying.
Give him an A for effort.
Yeah. What about for results? Hovering around like a B-, generously.
Yeah, a C.
A C, a solid C.
Solid C.
He's in Posse, which is another Western, possibly one of the coolest movies he's in. The synopsis, I love the plot of this movie.
We did have to stop and get that wordplay in. Just so you can't
Possibly.
That's the type of content we're giving you on the podcast. If there's a joke that is noticed,
the Patreon's double that,
we're going to back it up and say it.
We're going to back it right back up. But the synopsis of Posse, this is in 93, so a year before I was born. You were alive.
I was alive. You were born 94?
Born 94? Yeah, man. It's a Wild West story that highlights black cowboys, cowbrothers, I believe is the correct term. It's the story of Jesse Lee and his posse. So Jesse Lee is this like black cowboy, which is cool. I kind of want to cover Jesse Lee.
Okay.
Because we actually just did Richard Two Gun Hart.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
go back to the cowboy era.
Yeah, I mean,
cowboy era is very interesting.
I like the Cowboys. I like the Mafia. I like a few things. Those are the things that I like.
Things that I like. Tune into the Patreon to find out others.
I got other things too, but you got to pay for those. The movie starts during the Spanish-American War when a band of U.S. Black soldiers, including Mario Van Peebles, who directs it, and their white comrades, Stephen Baldwin, fight heroically but are undercut by their corrupt white commander.
Fuck.
Billy Zane. Stephen's accent's pretty bad. His performance, it's not great. It really seems like he's reading the lines. Like he's trying to do all this tough Southern talk and kind of like be close to you, but you're always on your guard. And maybe I could draw my pistol at any moment and like have this close, tense bar talk.
He's like, "This is what a cowboy is."
This is what.
Like,
yeah.
Steven, you're not.
Steven,
you just look natural. Like
Steven, isn't that from Schitt's Creek? Steven.
Yeah, I think so.
I think it's Steven. Steven. Yeah, it's very much. People are constantly just wondering why he's making these choices. This is a line from when Steven and this other guy are talking really close and tense. And and the guy's like, man, you really is the kind to fart in the bathtub, turn around to bite the bubbles. And Steven goes, damn right. I'm like, did you just say that?
Damn
or was that
right,
in the script?
yeah.
Like, you're not supposed to say.
Are you just improv-ing the whole movie?
Yes. Yeah, he's not good in Posse.
Okay.
But I kind of want to watch Posse.
I say one thing, you show is kind of fart in the bathtub and around like fucking bubble.
Damn right.
It's like he didn't get. I feel like that might be some of the point of the movie. Is like he doesn't get that these black guys are shitting on him. You know, he's like that oblivious. Even Stephen Baldwin doesn't know that's the part he's playing. Yeah, we gonna get that Stephen Baldwin guy in here and just like fuck around, you know?
I guarantee he's not even gonna notice.
I guarantee he'll think he's like a valuable part of the movie. He's the kid who like he's like, wow, he's really fucking still hanging out with us after we treat him like this.
Yeah, everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people, he's like, yeah, man, just happy to be here.
Yeah, Stephen's just happy to be here.
Man, I'm in the part.
See what I mean?
I would watch that movie.
It looks fun.
Yeah, it does.
It looks really fun. So yeah, I actually think we should maybe watch and then talk about Jesse Lee in the. Didn't he also make a movie called "Fuck the Disabled"?
Yeah, but I couldn't find anything on it.
Oh, because you texted me that. I'm like, that's gold.
I know.
We got to talk about that.
That's all I think it had to be a comedy, but I was Googling it when I found it, and I was like, "This is
sure wasn't
great."
a documentary about people
him
having
wanting,
sex
yeah.
with the disabled.
There it is. There it is. Oh, I'm sure. Maybe it was Zach. Is that what you want me to say? I couldn't find anything on it. He must have scrubbed it.
Scrubbed it. Man, this guy's scrubbing. This guy's on his hands and knees.
Like Augusta.
Like Augusta.
Savior that brought him to the light.
I haven't even talked about Augusta. We could dive into Augusta right now, or do you want to finish talking about the movies?
We should probably continue the movies.
Okay, so Steven is this really Christian guy who makes a pivot after making all this money and like having at least some commercial success. Usual, so all these movies.
He was Barney Flintstone.
Is Barney Flintstone? That was probably a cash grab.
Yeah.
And a baby hold. Hello?
Looks
Call
like
back.
You just got a call back.
So Stephen Baldwin directed Livin It in 2004, a skateboarding film that is also a film about Christ.
Helping misguided teenage skateboarders find God through skateboarding.
Through extreme sports. That was kind of his thing.
It's a good, you watch it, it's a video that just highlights what?
It's a video. That's how to describe
video.
it. It's an
not
MP4.
A movie. It's
It's a bunch of skating B-roll.
Yeah.
It's a normal skateboarding movie. It's fun. It's got the punk music.
Yeah, and it's got the skateboarders being misfits at like McDonald's.
They're throwing fries at each other. It's fun.
You know, it's a good time. And then they're grinding.
And then they're talking Christ.
And then they talk Christ. And then Stephen Baldwin will appear a lot of times from like chin up. It looks like he's grabbed the camera and like held it up at his face. And he'll be like, yo, what's up? Coming up next in the scene is Stevie B. Did you hear him describe the guy with the sideburns? Stephen Baldwin like tries to intro some of the skaters.
I heard how he described Anthony Carney. He's like, Anthony Carney, yo, is a gangster for Jesus.
There's another one where he's like, this guy Nick coming up next. He tries to like describe his face. Like, he's got that long hair, that 70s sideburn Starsky and Hutch going, what the heck is that about?
Yeah.
And it's like he's totally just
one of these kids, they stole my I don't know, it's so bad. They stole my they stole my mic. We're always punking each other, playing around.
He's like the cool little youth counselor. It reminded me.
He's a youth counselor. Yeah.
I used to go to the program, after school program that was not associated with high school, but was right down the street that all the kids would go to, was called Young Life.
Oh, okay.
And it was like this guy who was like the Stephen Baldwin.
One word? Young Life. Welcome to Young Life.
Yeah. And you'd go to his house in his backyard. It'd just be like a social thing, like volleyball and like paint, whatever is, playing acoustic.
That's what it is. And then like in between all this fun you're having, you're like, let's really focus on Jesus.
And then after like an hour, he brings you in, then he gives you, and then you all scream. Dude, imagine there was like 50 kids. We would meet in his living room, and then he would do a scripture, and then we play a song, and we'd all sing along to it. And it was fun to scream because you're like, I don't want to, and then you're like, all right, who cares?
Yeah,
we're in the house of God.
I get it. It's fun.
Name.
Say his name when no one is around you.
Say Jesus love you.
It's so funny though that he's a gangster for Jesus.
Yeah.
He's trying to reach these kids on their level.
Yeah.
He's all about that. He's all about like modernizing Christianity, because he used to be like a little punky skateboarder kid. He's like sidewalk surfer for life. Saw God this morning. Pretty rad, guys.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. You know, before Christ, felt like I was riding Goofy. Felt like sometimes I thought about bailing out of this whole thing we call life.
This big old half pipe.
But then I decided to drop in on God, and that's why I'm here to talk to you kids today. You know, I hear the rails in heaven go forever. That's pretty funny. That's pretty good.
Let's keep going. You ever grind into God? You ever...
Holy Mother Mary Manuel. You ever grind into God? Grinding into God today. It's crazy. I haven't seen him in a while.
We were grinding on the same pipe.
That was nuts.
I had to get off because he's God, and I didn't want to, what are you going to do, ride past God when you're grinding?
I looked behind me. There was only one set of tracks. One set of skid marks.
Yeah, there was an interview. They interviewed every skateboarder, and they were like, where were you in life before God? And all these teenagers were like 12 years old, and they're like, God, I wanted to fucking kill myself. Like, they all have that moment. It was like, without
they're
God.
At least 17.
They're all, whatever they are. Some of them look, they're maybe 17, but they're all,
12.
They take them all to interview, and they're like,
girls partying.
Yeah, I wasn't with God.
But it just wasn't like clicking.
It wasn't God, And you're like, I don't know, your lifestyle. I was just getting blown every day before this, and drinking and skateboarding.
Drinking and skateboarding, getting blown, and it wasn't doing it for me.
I just woke up, every day was the same. Like, they have kids saying that before Jesus Christ.
He's going up to kids who like just crashed and he's like almost died. He's like, where do you think you almost went? Let's talk about it. If you had died, would you have been okay with your life? And they're like, fuck, man.
I don't know.
Well, I don't want to wear a helmet. I guess I better believe in heaven. And then he goes on to admit that he can't even skateboard.
No.
He's like, I was like a sidewalk surfer.
It's like, I could ride one.
It was my mode of transportation. That's the thing. It's like he says he's an adrenaline junkie. I'm like, what is that, riding a bike, no training wheels? Mm-hmm. Is that your form of adrenaline, Steven?
I just like to chase the dragon, bowl without bumpers.
Oh, we got to talk about Run. Tell me about Run.
Run is a movie that I think Stephen Baldwin, after he was saved by our Lord, he started making independent films under his own
Christian
company.
Films.
And it's this
low
movie,
budget, low quality.
Very terrible. Looks like somebody made it sophomore year of high school. Yeah. The way the suspense, all of it, all aspects of it.
And it would be good for sophomore year of high school.
It'd be good for
junior year. You'd be like, really?
Dude, didn't you show this last year?
Yeah.
I was in your class. This is from last year.
Charles, you can't just
keep showing
add effects.
Why not?
You can't just put it in PowerPoint, add some shapes moving around, and call it a new movie.
It's a different movie, though. It's the sequel. That's what I think a sequel is, just effects added to the first version. So in Run, the plot is basically this newlywed couple go on their honeymoon, and the wife gets kidnapped into sex trafficking.
Yeah.
And then the husband is like, I want to report a missing person. And they go, how long's it been? And he goes, 30 minutes. And the cops go, we can go nothing for you, sir. And then the conflict ensues. And then cut to next scene, the husband shows up at the precinct. And he's like, please believe me. And they're like, get out of here, kid. We don't care about your missing wife. For some reason, the cops are the last people in the world that want to help this guy.
They're treating it like it's a stolen bike.
Yeah, like this guy's
like, what do you think we're going to find her?
Come on.
There's a million wives out there. Go find another.
Yeah. Yeah.
He should have showed him a picture because he probably did. This lady's hot.
This lady's hot.
The guy is not.
No, not at all.
I mean, she probably set the whole thing up to get away from this guy. He's got like he looks like a young kid trying to grow facial hair. Yeah,
and the wife is like a hot real lady.
Yeah, but the whole thing is like there's like, and Stephen Baldwin is the bad guy. He's the sex traffic ringleader.
Ooh.
He's the Epstein of the movie.
Weird.
And then he casts himself as that.
Really to challenge himself.
Yeah, really to push himself.
Get the girls.
Really to come back to the Christian fold.
And then the guy, the rest of the plot of the movie is the husband goes, I'll find her myself.
Yeah.
And then
it's like a cucky Taken.
Yeah.
He's like cuck Liam Neeson. I have no skills and a Hulu subscription.
And then there's a scene where
I'll find you.
Yeah, I have no skills at all. I'm going to track
I knit. I know how to knit.
But I know I'm going to find my wife because I believe in God. That's the tone.
That's the tone.
Run basically says if your wife gets kidnapped by sex trafficking, everything's going to be okay as long as you pray to God because he will show you the way to your wife.
Yeah. Honestly, the funniest review is 9 out of 10. Suspenseful thriller. This was a suspenseful thriller that will keep you on the edge of your seat for its entirety. Definitely Hailey Bieber.
Miley, could you please leave a review on my movie? I fucking got a tattoo for you, please.
Miley. You got to see the preview. The preview is 30 seconds of news anchors talking about the statistics behind sex trafficking. It's like less than 0.5% of them ever go saved.
And then through prayer.
And then
that's the problem. Nobody's finding these.
That is the problem.
Kidnapped into the sex child trafficking ring women because nobody's praying.
Yeah.
So it's on you.
It's on all of us
to pray enough for God to light the way to our kidnapped wives.
Exactly. So this is really where his movie making career just really goes downhill, and commercially, he kind of loses it.
Yeah,
like he's making losses on these movies, and he just exclusively starts doing Christian movies because there's a few things in his life that lead him to Christianity. 9/11 really freaked him out, but mainly. It's true. He really cites 9/11. And I love whenever they put it in the interview, they have to splice in like a bunch of towers falling, rubble and smoke. Remember? We said we weren't going to forget.
And this is what happened.
Here it is.
Yeah. Yeah. He eventually gets so into God that he writes a book about his born-again experience. It's called The Unusual Suspect.
That's right.
Awesome.
Never would have thought of him.
What else would it be called? It's about how he had a born-again experience. Not reborn again. Refried beans.
How many birds is that?
Yeah, this guy just keeps getting born. This is the guy who every time he does something, I need to go get born again. I'll be good.
I'll be rebaptize himself?
Yeah.
He's just redoing the vows over and over.
Yeah, it's like clicking refresh on a browser. Babe, I was born again. I haven't done anything
It's
yet.
the third time this week.
Got no sins.
I'm 0.
I'm back.
I'm never going to die.
Hit the reset on the N64.
He comes to the door soaking wet. Baby, I'm home.
I'm born again. He's naked holding his dick.
Yeah.
Guess who got born?
Guess who's a baby now?
What'd you do this time, Steven? I don't remember. That was my past life.
I just came out of God's puss.
And
That's what the baptism is. It's really just to emulate how wet God's puss is when you're born.
and salty.
You know, yeah. Oh, is it salt water in the baptismal
Yeah,
font?
yeah,
You ever
yeah.
taste holy water?
Yeah.
It's brackish.
Tastes a lot like Flint.
That's holy water.
Do you want me to? Can I just give you a little bit of the reviews really quick since we did reviews, or do you want to talk about? Other
Yeah,
ways
yeah.
you-
What reviews of
his
Run?
book?
Oh, of his book. Yeah,
The
tell me about the book
Unusual
of
Suspect,
his coming to
which
Christ.
details his born again experience and how we should all come to accept the Lord.
Well, that's true.
It's a memoir. Here's my favorite. Well, I want you to guess where this person is from. What part of the country? Here's a review.
Okay.
Stephen Baldwin is on fire for Jesus Christ. And boy, this book makes it contagious.
Whew.
He is considerably younger than me in age, but he is also older and wiser and biblically grounded.
Oh, wow.
He makes Christianity, dare I say, fun. This is what new life is supposed to be like. His changed life is proof enough for me to believe he is the real deal. This is a book I intend to use to reach my unsaved kids. He speaks on he speaks on their level and yet never wavers from the truth. Caps. What a blessing. I read this book so fast because I was caught up in excitement and
So fast.
so fast that I was caught up in excitement and enthusiasm for Christ. I want to get off my keister in all caps, do something for the kingdom.
Whoa.
Yeah. This guy,
Do something for the kingdom.
this
That
guy's
was
lighting a fire.
he's turning up the burn at a high.
Yeah, I just pray I grow as bold as he has. Great read, 4 exclamation marks.
He's got a young soul. That's what he's saying.
Yeah.
Stephen Baldwin's
He's got a
a
backwards
middle-aged
hat.
guy
He's
with
on
a
his-
young soul, and he's lighting up these kids with
Light-
the fire of Christ.
He's spreading the word.
He's spreading embers in these kids' hearts.
I would
God
guess
burns
this person, just based off of keister, is probably from Minnesota, is what I'm guessing.
Oh, man. Let me see
Wisconsin?
the review. Let me see the review.
You
Slide
can't
that
read
puppy
below.
over.
Can't read it. Let me zoom.
I
in.
won't read the book.
Dude, don't.
On fire for Jesus Christ, and boy, this book sure makes it contagious. This is what new life's supposed to be like. His changed life is proof enough for me to believe that he's the real deal. I could see it. My unsaved kids. What a truth. What
My
a
unshaved kids.
I read this book so fast because I was caught up in excitement and enthusiasm for Christ. I felt this way when I was watching his interview, honestly.
He can
has
get you.
He has that about him. Like, we got to talk about Augusta.
He has a gravitational pull.
We got to cut to Augusta because she's the prophet behind it all. She knew this was going to happen.
Yeah.
She spread the good word of Stephen Baldwin's coming.
Mm-hmm.
The coming of Stephen Baldwin
coming.
was foretold by Augusta.
Augusta, the maid.
Do you want to tell me about
I
Augusta?
have one more. What do you want to do? You want to do one more review, or do you want to go
I
want to
hear Augusta, and then maybe we can do we can circle back. You can do the review now.
Whatever you want.
I just
Tell me what
really-
you're more excited for. I got to
I'm
light a fire
so
under your
pumped.
keister,
I'm
dude.
so pumped for Augusta.
Okay, so Augusta.
'Cause she's the one who lights the original fire. She
That's
set
true.
Stephen on fire.
The original fire. Do you remember that? It's an
No.
Audio Slave song?
No.
Really? Do you even play the guitar?
Whoa.
Come on, dude. Chris.
I'm gonna forgive
who's
you for
the-
that and walk in the light
Tom
of Christ.
Morello.
I know
Come
Tom
on, man.
Morello.
I got to give you this review because let's just.
Give me the review. Give me the review.
Okay, this is the. Dang it! No, I just gotta.
No, give me
I
the
gotta
review.
give
I don't care.
So here's another review.
gotta
Here's
light a fire under your own ass,
Here's
man.
another take in Stephen Baldwin's book.
Uh-huh.
Is somebody that excited, and then this person. This book introduces a new species, the Christian egomaniac.
Whoa.
Christians of this egomaniac, characteristics of this egomaniac include, parentheses, but are not limited to, incessant referrals to himself as Stevie B, which makes it necessary for the reader to keep a wastebasket handy. Should the reader subject themselves
Wow.
to extended Stevie B gospel, vomiting is sure to follow.
Oh.
Seriously, I'm as happy as the next Christian that another coke-snorting, whoremongering Hollywood actor found Christ, but the 300-page lecture to follow on how the church has got it all wrong is, well, typically Hollywood. According to Stevie B, we need to close all the churches, quit feeding and clothing the homeless, abandon missions, and put all our money in skate parks. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And guys like Michael W. Smith and Kirk Cameron, you're history. It's gospel rap or nothing. I wonder if Stevie B ever goes back a year later and see how many of his saved skaters are plugged into a church. Any church? He doesn't know, but I do. The fall-away rate is over 90%. Stevie B must be a heck of an embarrassment to the Apollo organization. They just don't know to tell you it's been fun. Unfortunately, the fun was all over before this book was published. Look elsewhere. I forgot my manners. Mom always taught me to recommend an alternative. You'll get a lot more from The Way of the Master series by Ray Comfort and Kirk Cameron. It's available here on Amazon. 9 people found... Okay, so...
That is
Apparently
funny. I like that he's like, you think fucking new metal and skateboarding is leading these kids to God? Because you're wrong.
And he's calling himself Stevie B.
Yeah,
and that
I
we
mean,
need to put all the funding into skate parks. That's what the book is about.
He's poking some holes.
Yeah.
In Stevie B's
I
process.
just wanted to give you a
He
little...
got me.
Yeah,
That's
because
he's a young soul, and I'm a skateboarding youth.
Yeah.
You know? It's like peanut butter, creamy peanut butter and jelly.
Creamy peanut butter. And so his memoir, I just like that some people are like, this is exactly what we should be doing.
I mean, yeah, I guess his points are valid, but he's not trying to lead them to the church, baby. He's trying to lead them to the
wants to
life.
inspire these kids to live the lives they want to do in a radical way, but God can be there pushing you down that half pipe. He's holding you up when you're doing a nose stand, you know?
Who's letting you grind that extra inch?
God.
Our Lord.
He came back so you could hit this nollie. Hit this 12 stair, bro, for Christ.
He died so you could nail that 360 hard flip.
Come on, dude. He came back so you could skitch on that bus.
You think you could ever 900 without the will of the Lord?
Come on, you got to let him get you wound up. So
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
unravel in the air.
Yeah,
Like, like an angel.
Charge up with all that prayer and then hit that box.
Did you pray enough before you heel flipped?
When your sister got kidnapped, did you pray?
Did you pray enough for her to be found? Or is she dead because you don't believe in God? Stevie B, he calls himself that to the kids. Pastor Stevie B. Okay. So there's another way. I'll let you eat your almonds and we'll get into Augusta. Because this is, I think, there's a couple of ways that Alec has cited getting into Christianity. So let's just call these power-ups. Because he keeps getting, the Lord keeps appearing in his life.
Yeah.
And it's he calls himself a haver of hardcore faith.
Yeah, he's trying to make his own like kind of Christian cool punk hardcore brand.
Yeah, he's trying to be like an influencer of Christianity.
Backwards hat,
create
loves
his own
God.
lane.
Right.
He's a stepdad pastor.
Yeah.
When I had a stepdad, he would call me Home Slice, and you're like, look, I'll give you Nux, but
Absolutely
Home
a home
Slice
slice
isn't
pastor.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, Home Slice? And you're like, ah, man.
Have you seen this guy's Twitter?
No, yeah, you gotta show me his
It's
tweets.
insane. Look at this. Look at the background of his Twitter and describe this to me. What do you see?
Jamie, pull it up.
What do you see? Tell the people.
Okay, so his background is wow.
His cover photo.
His cover photo, for one, is 2 lips in the kissy, like when you see tattooed on people's necks.
2 puckered lady lips.
But
painted.
There's the American flag painted into both the lips. Then there's an emoji.
In between the lips.
In between the lips, there's an emoji-ish sort of version of Superman with, like, laser dizzy eye, like laser angry vision.
He's a Target shopper.
Yeah, he's got the Target logo for eyes, and then eyebrows.
Nike swooshes for eyebrows.
Nike swooshes, definitely. So he's like an angry Superman.
He looks like an evil Superman.
Mm-hmm.
And this was all made in Microsoft Word.
Definitely.
And then his Twitter name is Psalm91/Stephen Baldwin.
And then in
That's
his
how
bio,
fucking-
he has
That's
hugs.
how devoted this guy is. Yeah, HUGS, hugs.
Is that something? What is that?
Hardcore underground gangster saint.
Okay.
That's it. I think that's what it. What do you think?
That's probably what it stands
That's
for.
probably what it
Yeah.
is.
What's another thing it could be that's God?
Uh,
He understands good.
he understands gay sex. That's kind of his like code to anybody. If and then next to it, IFK YK. He understands gay sex.
And what's his picture? It's another.
Oh, his picture is Galatians 6:9. Hey, let us not become weary in doing good, for at the proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. Basically, like, keep making these Christian movies. No one's buying, but one day
They're
all
gonna
hit.
explode.
It's all gonna hit, baby.
So
It's funny that his Twitter. Let me tell you what Psalm. Do you know what Psalm 91 is?
no.
You don't? Well, let me tell you. I just lift up my shirt. Here it is.
Read and weep, baby.
It's pretty simpy. It's one of the simpiest lines in the Bible. He who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Basically, any shelter God builds, he'll sleep in it. What a lot of people don't know about Stephen Baldwin, he sleeps in caves, which are the homeless shelters that God built. Those are the shelters. There's a few other translations of this. He who dwells in the shadow of the Almighty will rest in the shadow of him. What a reward to rest in the shadow of somebody.
Wow, what a great guy.
Oh, nice.
I just do it. Christ does everything.
Love to rest in a cold shadow.
Shadow of Christ.
That's nice. If you said shade, that would be nice. But, I mean, we're trying to bring people into the light here.
Yeah,
this guy's resting in the shadow.
This guy wants to be in the shadows.
It's
for sure.
Yeah, the shadow of the Lord. This guy will do whatever you want. He'll do whatever you need to
For the
get
Lord.
For the Lord.
For the Lord.
For the
He'll
Lord.
cheat on his wife for the Lord.
Oh yeah.
He'll go into bankruptcy for the Lord.
Okay,
So
so
do
that
you
was
wanna
kind of that was basically my Twitter. You
Okay.
did both reviews? Yeah, I love those reviews. Those are hilarious.
They're so different. and
Yeah, it's the
polarizing.
simp and the
They're
critic.
great. Yep.
Yeah, the critic and the simp.
Old school versus new school. Tell me who you'd rather be.
Yeah,
I'd rather be the first person.
yeah. The first, well, that later you go up and follow up on like that first guy's comment, and he's like a meth addict. The second guy was right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I totally burned out on
Yeah,
Christ.
no, I did everything.
He lit me up
CBD.
too hot, and I burned out.
Yeah, I burned out. I just started hanging out at skate parks and smoking all the kids' drugs.
Doing biker meth.
For God, I don't know. I ended up nowhere.
We said it was for God, but some of these nights I don't know.
I don't know. I did sell a lot of my teeth. For God. Through God's way.
You want to meet a group of characters, find people who buy your teeth. Those guys are interesting. All right, tell me about Augusta, because I'm burning with the flames of Augusta.
All right, so this is
now.
the what's it called when they the verse of Augusta? What's it called when you recount a Bible story?
The story of Matthew, the gospel according to Augusta.
The gospel.
The gospel
this
according
is the way
to
of CBB according to
CBD.
Stevie B.
Stevie B's CBD.
Come on down and buy some of Stevie B's CBD for JC, our Lord JCB.
JCC.
JCC.
What's his middle name?
What would Jesus do? He'd come right on down to 59th and Bell. To Stevie B's CBD.
He'd come to Massapequa, New York. He'd come to Long Island and buy some of Stevie D's
Stevie B's
CBD.
What's up? Okay, so he used to live in Arizona with his wife. They've been together, I think, this whole time. I don't think they've divorced.
Yeah.
This is in 2000.
Pretty hot wife.
Pretty hot wife.
Brazilian graphic designer.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of looks like my roommate. I think they have Brazilian features. Like, I
Like
think
looking all hot.
like looking all hot. Yeah, like my roommate.
You Brazilian?
They've been together since 1990.
It's a long time.
And she is wet for Christ. But
she's
before that, someone brings in the good word.
I think, they lived in Tucson, Arizona for a while, which I'm from Arizona. Tucson's a nice place. It's an artsy community, but I would never think that Stevie B,
That our
Savior Stevie B, Pastor Stevie B would live in a place like Tucson, Arizona. It's like really desert.
Uh-huh.
It's like actually you're in the desert. There's like
Well, I guess who else walked through the desert? JC.
our Lord Stevie B.
Our Lord Stevie B.
Walked through the desert to find. That's where he thought the promised land was. No, it's Tucson, Arizona.
Jerusalem, Shmujerusalem. It's Tucson, baby.
It's Jerusalem. Jerusalem. Come on, babe. So they are probably living it. Apparently, this is the most rich guy way I've ever heard of being
Finding
led into
Christ.
the light.
Yeah.
They hire
This
him
is the wealthiest way to find Christ. Is through your handmaid Augusta.
They hire a maid through a family friend.
A live-in maid.
A live-in maid called Augusta, which is translates into English messenger of our Lord. And then she's
I
always.
thought it was August.
Oh no! You obviously don't speak
Portuguese.
So she spends her whole day singing while she's cleaning.
Singing away.
And every day, after about 2 weeks, Stevie B's wife Kenya Baldwin goes up to her and he goes, "Hey, I noticed that you're always singing about Jesus. Do you have any other songs?
Notice you're always doing those servant hymns."
Yeah, and then she goes, "Do you have anything else you could sing?" Basically, she's going up to Augusta, like Alexa, being like, "Augusta, no me gusta su canciones de mi savior. Augusta, do you have any Dixie Chicks? Could you play something else?" And then Augusta starts laughing while she's probably cleaning a toilet or washing a dish, and she goes, "Why are you laughing?" And he goes, "Well, you think I was just sent here to clean your house. God actually sent me down to your house because you guys are going to be accepting of the Lord, and then you will open up your own ministry one day.
Yeah.
So.
And then Kenya goes back to Steven, and she's like, yeah, Gusta laughed in my face and then told me we were going to lead a flock of believers.
Did she?
And Steven's like, have you been sniffing pool cleaner with Augusta?
Yeah. Have you been?
What's going on here?
You guys don't inhale when you're cleaning the keyboard, okay? That spray is bad. It's what got me to do Biodome.
And this turned their whole life around. At the time, Steven was like, that's interesting. I don't think that's going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then the wife goes hardcore into Christianity. Like he was saying in interviews, an hour every morning.
2.
Like an hour.
1 to 2.
1 hour of kneeling on the ground, head on the floor, praying. Hardcore. Like
Hardcore
Stevie B
praying.
needs it.
On the knees on the ground, head bobbing, hands together.
And then she would get up, get it directly into bed with the Bible, leafing through it, trying to learn the Lord. For a year she did this. So like 2 hours every morning, every night. This lady was like obedient to Christ. And she sat Stephen down and she was like, babe, I just want to kind of let you know for the future of our relationship that I am going to be completely a servant of the Lord Jesus Christ.
How would you feel if that happened to you?
I'd be like, well, we're still going to hang out, right? It's not like just him, you know? It's like we can do this poly thing, you know?
Yeah, but like he's not taking over?
I'd hand her the ethical slut and cross out slut and write saint or something.
That's funny.
So we can see other people like Jesus or Martha or whoever I want to hang out with. You know, it's cool.
You see Jesus, and I will see everybody else.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
That's fine with me, babe.
Me and Augusta.
And then around the same time, like 9/11's happening, and it's constantly it's just over and over in his mind.
For some reason, Pastor Stevie B can't get 9/11 out of his head, as he cites it as a major reason besides Augusta.
Yeah,
that tipped him over.
She was Tower 7.
Yeah,
yeah, and that was really what led to his whole conversion.
Well, Augusta is right when he got hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
9/11 got him into Christianity, and then Augusta came and fucked him.
Added the hard to the core.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so Stephen and his wife kind of embark on this like new life of
serving Jesus.
That's when he stops doing all these like Hollywood movies. That's when he starts outwardly being like a Christ believer. He was on the show Celebrity Big Brother.
Yeah.
And he the theme of the show that season was hell.
Yeah.
So there was there was a devil painted on the door. He would point to the devil and be like, "You're a loser."
It's awesome.
"You're a loser."
It's so funny.
Fuck you, dude.
Every morning he wakes up, that's his affirmations. What's up? What's up?
Suck, devil. Suck this.
Got no shirt on, a backwards hat, and a rosary. What's up, dude?
And he would like apparently like quote Bible verses to other cast members. And
Yeah, he was
everyone's
trying to
like,
convert the cast members.
Yeah.
And the producers are being like, oh,
No, Steven. And he ends up getting voted off. And the bottom 3 from that year were Stevie B, Ivana Trump, who recently fell down the stairs and died in the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Because she wasn't praying hard enough.
That's right. And well, because someone wasn't praying hard enough for her.
Mm-hmm.
And Cisco. So as those 3 were in the bottom 3, and everyone's like, fuck this Jesus freak, get him out of here. They vote him off. And then that's when the website restorestephenbaldwin.org comes online.
Yeah.
When everyone sees him gets voted off of Big Brother, they're like, they hate Christians in Hollywood. This is how we're going to restore him. They make like a movie trailer level quality video, like campaigning for people to donate to basically SaveWalterWhite.com.
Yeah.
Donate to Stephen Baldwin, restore his status. He's a real one for Christ.
He believes in Christ
in the
for
movie
us.
business.
He's going through some money troubles right now because at this time he had declared like bankruptcy.
Anything you can do to help.
Please donate.
This Hollywood actor who has a multi-millionaire brother.
We need him to be the pinnacle right now.
He needs our money.
He's the best Christian we have in Hollywood.
What a successful Christian that you get other people to fundraise for you.
That had to feel pretty good.
Allegedly.
Like
He said it wasn't him.
Yeah. What? It could have been him. Come on. Restore.
Yeah, I think the IP address was coming out of Tucson. I'll just say that. I did a little digging. I triangulated the position as Tucson, Arizona.
Also, the media, because I guess apparently it went super viral and was very meme-worthy and people were making fun of it. And then the media asked him about it, and he goes, look, I didn't think of the website, which is probably a lie and a sin of his, but he can go get born again, and it didn't even happen.
Is that how it works?
Being born again is like abortions. Just can keep getting them.
Didn't even... Unlimited ammo. Keep going, though. What were you saying?
What were we talking about? Oh, and they ask him about the website, and they're like, why would you put up this website? And he goes, look, I didn't think of the website, but if anybody would like to donate, I would greatly appreciate it.
Yeah.
I'm going through a tough time, and if there is money to be had, I would love it. And then he goes, look, this isn't about me. I'm just the first recipient of this charity. Once we get all the money to me, we'll pick another person who needs saving.
So donate to RestoreStephenBaldwin.org, and it will go to other people that are not in the name of the website. And I promise you that. He had some real bad financial issues when he started making the Christian movies. His net worth at a time was negative $2 million.
That's a tough one.
That's a bad number. I mean,
you think Alec was giving him a little bit of money at this time?
Probably his brothers were helping him out. In 2009, he foreclosed on a $500,000 house in Rockland County, and that was publicly auctioned after he and his wife defaulted on more than $800,000 in mortgage payments. Whew. So he filed for bankruptcy, which is not illegal. That's fine. You can be in debt, whatever. The real problem is in 2013, the IRS went after him for not reporting income tax for 3 years, from 2009 to 2011. And he had to pay $300,000 or something within the year, or face jail time.
I wonder if he tried to claim himself as a church.
What taxes?
I'm a skateboarding pastor, CVB.
I'm a man of God.
We don't have to pay.
I'm a roll and grind in church.
I'm the unusual suspect.
Come on. Didn't you read my book? He sends the DA a copy of his book. Maybe you'll reconsider.
I am a religion.
So he's getting fucked from this tax thing. He's financially struggling. The movies that he's making suck. They're not making any money. And people on RestoreStephenBaldwin.org and other dark corners of the internet start comparing him to Job.
Yeah.
They start comparing his plight to the biblical story of Job, who's this guy who loses all of his livestock. His kids all die. And he's afflicted with injuries and sickness, and then through his faith in God.
Are you talking about Stevie B or Job right now? Because it sounds pretty similar.
Through his faith in God, he perseveres, and he gets a whole new batch of good kids, better kids.
Better kids.
I'm waiting for Haley Baldwin to burst into flame and get an even hotter, smizing little girl to marry Justin.
Which, by the way, Haley and Justin are also very devoutly Christian. And I think if there's anybody that should believe in God, it's Justin, because he has both been blessed and smited by the Lord. He's always getting random diseases that nobody ever has.
Really?
He's always
diseases that nobody ever has?
Nobody's ever has diseases, sire. Diseases, as my precious. Yeah, every
What's
6
he getting? He's
his face is paralyzed.
What?
He got Lyme disease a while years ago, and that Lyme disease is a roulette on. You can get anything with Lyme disease. And then this past year he came on and was half of his face is just paralyzed randomly, and he makes a video every 6 months hey everybody, as you can see, I'm bleeding out of my eyes right now. It's the God is I have this disease that hasn't been around since the plague.
Yeah, I have scarlet fever.
Yeah, and
I have
so I think it's
polio.
A perfect, yeah.
Justin Bieber might get polio.
Oh, for sure.
If what you're saying is true.
Has scurvy right now. It's
eat an orange, Justin.
That guy has the best life and the worst life. So I think it's a perfect Bieber with the Baldwins. Just a little fun fact on the side.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
A little fun fact on the side for you, free of charge.
Just not free.
Gratis. Yeah, I love they compare him to Job.
Mm-hmm.
It's really funny there. I get the devotion to Stephen, especially because he starts ministering, which he actually does. So Augusta's right, I guess. I don't know. Stephen, he just unlocks this new level of faith. And he just starts preaching. So, Stevie Baldwin, he's on fire for Christ. He loves his wife. And he keeps referring in interviews to, what's the secret to your love with your wife?
And
he goes, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
And then he goes, really, though? He's no, I'm serious about that. And then he goes, also, forgiveness. It's a big theme of my marriage is forgiveness.
Why don't you tell me
That's
why?
What a cheater says.
Yeah.
Stephen has this affair. Allegedly, Stephen has an affair with his massage therapist, which is it's dangerous territory.
I wonder how that happened. Was it a thing when he flipped over and he was whoops? He pulled the towel off during a massage? Uh-oh.
I wonder who started it. But there's pictures, Parker. Pictures. People are interviewing him. There's a really funny scene from his real life where he's coming out of a hotel, hat, sunglasses, classic actor. And let's lower those comps right now, baby.
It's late night.
It's late night. It's late. It's 4 p.m. It's late night.
It's late night pod.
You know what was really depressing? I was walking down the elevator for the first time going outside, and someone was like, have a nice night. And I was like, it's not night. It's morning to me. Like, I was like having a slow day.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, you can't say that. I just got started.
The day's over.
The day's just begun.
Every day's a gift, and I left mine at the door.
Somebody took it. Somebody took my pack.
Somebody took my gift. Somebody took my gift.
Children are a gift. Children are such a gift from God. They grow up into be massage therapists and start fucking Stevie Baldwin. So he's coming out of this hotel. He was like staying in budget hotels, not the type of hotel Stevie Baldwin might stay in.
Stevie budget hotels,
Stevie.
unless he was bankrupt.
Yeah. He's not Stevie Ballin' all the time. He's Stevie
He's
Fallin'
Stevie
on
Budget,
hard
yeah.
times. Yeah, he's Stevie Budget. They're coming. The paparazzi's coming up to him. They're like, "What's up, man?" He's like, "Hey guys, how you doing? Can I ask you a question?" And he's like, "It depends what the question is." And he goes, "You've been having a 2-year affair with your massage therapist, right?"
That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
Well, the question is,
Well, they get right into it. You know, that's it's good on their part, and it's solid reporting.
mm-hmm.
And then Steven goes, "God bless you guys.
That's
God
awesome.
bless you guys.
That's awesome.
You guys are crazy. God bless you, brother.
guys are
God bless you, brother." Which I kind of love. That's a
That
really
is
good
amazing.
deflection. It's just like, oh, no, God, I see you. I forgive you for that question. And he's like, so no, you're saying, like, we have pictures of you coming out of, like, hotels that we have footage of her entering a hotel that you arrived at, like, 3 hours later. Like, we know that you guys talk. We have evidence. You're just going to say nothing about that? And then he gets on a Lime scooter and goes, you guys are insane. God bless you, brothers. Just scooters down the sidewalk. See you later, home slice.
Boom. Falls over.
Oh, fuck.
Immediately.
They rush over to him. So what about that massage therapist? You fucking her? You put your little dick in her mouth? Come on.
Come on, Stevie B. Where's Stevie D?
Confess.
Where's Stevie's D?
Confess, Stevie.
Come on.
Just you and
meet
me,
at the
man.
half pipe and we'll confess.
We put a little partition between us. Will you interview us then? Huh?
Yeah, okay. So
allegedly I slept with my... It's like
He's
the
a robot voice.
changing. Yeah.
but you can tell his face.
You can see his little smile through the
Yeah.
thing.
So have any cream peanut butter on white?
So this woman, Ruth Perez Anselmi, says that she and Stevie B began a sexual relationship during his business trips to L.A.
Whoa.
She's 39, he's 52.
Nice.
So she was learning how to be a masseuse, groomer, at a physical therapy school in the summer of 2016, and he met her there. She said, I guess I love Steven. I guess she's in the interview realizing that, like detailing their torrid affair. She's like, I guess I love him, but we can't be together. He wants to keep me secret, she said to the press.
Jesus.
She said, I mean, whatever. She's allowed to say whatever she wants. Charles. She said the two, quote, made a list of 15 sexual fantasies, including role play, using sex toys, threesome sex with another woman, and she once even dressed as a man. During their furtive meetings, Anselmi revealed Baldwin would wear a baseball cap and glasses or pretend to be a homeless man. Talk about puss so good, you pretended to be a homeless guy.
You pretended to lose it all.
It'd be
Talking
kinda
about puss
hot.
so good you pissed yourself. Start asking for money on the train over.
Smells so much like piss.
Is that Stephen Baldwin? No. You have any change? Your tattoo's giving yourself away, you know.
I just love H&M.
Homeless man.
That's the pod. Good night, everyone. Homeless man.
It's the Daily Show music.
Oh. Homeless man.
We found one that works.
I love how this this article starts. The Latin American beauty who had a 2-year affair with married Stephen actor Baldwin has revealed.
This guy watches a lot of porn. The busty Latin American beauty stuck under a dryer had a.
The Latinx stepmom, who dabbled in massages, asked her stepson if he was feeling tense.
Before he goes off to college.
Last day before he leaves for freshman year. And there are these really saucy pictures of her that they took for this interview.
Yeah.
Like, you know, they gave her a sweet payout. There's pictures of her in a hotel bed with like sheets wrapped around her nude body, being like, "Hello, Steven."
Yeah.
Give me the face you'd show to Steven when he would show up covered in his own piss.
It's like a Mariah
With pubes glued to his face to mimic a beard.
chugging SpaghettiOs out of a can.
Really? How would you look at him to show that you wanted to mount that mess of a man?
This looks like a Mariah Carey album cover.
Yeah, it does.
It's like something. Is she a curious news anchor out to find the truth in that picture?
Maybe we should play the video. The good thing about this is we can talk, like we can just comment on it as it's playing because you really can't hear the video. Oh, Piers Morgan, good. Where I go for all my news, Piers Morgan. LA Masseuse. This is the type of shit America's Got Talent superstar should be covering.
Wow.
What the fuck is that? That is like a foot pick that I would sell for good money. American money, Mom. Like,
I guess I am Stephen Baldwin's Secret Mysteries.
oh, hot voice.
Is she okay?
That was a crazy shot. She like darts out from behind a corner.
I mean,
She looked
looks
way
older than
hotter
that.
then.
Yeah.
Give me your telephone number and I promise you'll be the most happy lady in the world. What a line.
With every visit, she grew closer to him, and the sex grew hotter.
That was having
Sex
feelings. So if I have feelings means I
And Selmy started putting her whole fist up his ass.
Okay, so at this point, she doesn't know that he has a wife, but she does know that he keeps showing up in disguise. Why
Who's
do you
looking?
dress like a homeless?
I thought he was a criminal. I thought he like murdered someone.
It was hot. I thought he was on the run.
Yeah,
which
yeah,
is
he-
one of my 15
I thought he had a
fantasies.
bad sense of style.
It's number 8 on my fantasy.
She's hot, dude. I mean, I get it.
Yeah.
Your wife's praying 2 hours a day in the morning, 2 hours a day at night. The prime time for sex.
Mhm.
When are you gonna start checking
You
things
need
off
a
this
little
list?
devil. Come on.
You need a little
can't believe in
devil.
God without also believing in Satan.
Yeah, and this lady looks hot. I mean, she's got a list of
Spicy.
fantasies she wants to do. Spicy is a word
Picante.
that Stephen would have used
You're very,
with his friends.
very spicy.
Alec, I got this spicy chica
Down,
down in Tucson.
kind of rustle under the covers.
In
Spicy.
LA.
I prayed to Augusta about it, and she told me, she gave me a sign.
Yeah,
And,
this really makes a lot of sense to me. If you have like a really devout, like I don't know how much she's putting it down, Kenya, but it seems like she's like, well, I don't leave my husband because that's a sin.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
But I
She's
not
like,
put it
I'm
down
staying in the
because, yeah, I got to be Christian during sex too.
right. I mean,
It's
how
like-
kind of fortunate for for Stephen that she was like, no, I will be obedient to the Lord above all. Who
Mhm.
says that I gotta forgive you?
Yeah,
And
forgiveness.
he's like, all right.
I'm gonna go ahead and test your belief.
And he's like, that'll be the name of our relationship.
Forgiveness.
That'll be the name of the relation. Forgiveness.
They buy a boat called
Yeah.
Forgiveness.
Yeah, I think they probably fucked.
I would say at least 7 out of 15 times over the course of. I wonder if
I
they
think they
completed the
they
list
got halfway through.
because they were seeing.
Man, what was
each
at the end? It was dressing like a man.
Yeah, I wonder if he stayed in costume too as a homeless guy. I wonder if he just wasn't in costume and that was just the role of what he just got
Disguise.
dressed before he left. No, I want to fuck you like I'm a homeless guy.
Yeah.
I'm not in disguise. Everybody
Yeah.
knows who I am.
Yeah. It sounds like his sex life wasn't really rewarding.
No, if
with,
he had to
with
go do
old Kenya.
fantasies.
Yeah, yeah. All she knew was missionary. Yeah, what's the fantasy? He's like, can I like smack you? And she's like, yeah, sure. He's like, fuck.
Wow.
Wow.
That's like I remember I once had a girlfriend when I was like 22. She was like, we were having sex and I had not had a lot of sex, and she goes, "You can do whatever you want to me." She's like, literally, you can do whatever, and I was like, hell yeah, missionary all night. And sometimes I'm in the shower just thinking.
That's all I want.
Yeah, I was like, that's the only thing I know how to do,
Right.
and I can't believe you're letting me do it to you. So I'll do whatever and only I want to you.
One
which
out
is
of one?
missionary.
Let's do it.
Sometimes I'm in the shower, just it'll pop into my head, and I'm like, I could have done anything.
Got a cowgirl.
Yeah, could have done doggy with her.
Any of the animals.
Any of the
Could've done
llama, dragon,
rat,
doggy,
monkey.
Start naming the Chinese calendar.
Yeah.
Moose,
Ma-
cock.
She's like, I'm going to need another guy for that position. Can't do moose cock with you. You do shrimp dick. You want to do shrimp dick? You want to do gorilla cock? They're very small.
But they're very angry about
But
it.
they're very
They have a
big
lot of
men.
force.
A lot of muscle.
get a
You've
lot
been
of stuff
working out.
done.
They do.
Huh?
Build my shelves.
But it's no silverback. Okay, that's Steven. That's Stevie B.
Steven Silverback.
Charlie E.
I bet Steven could put it down. in a corny way.
You think he is?
I think he's a lot of energy. I think he's a lot of energy and kind of sloppy technique.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
But
really
he's
like
still
too like she has to be like
acting.
whoa.
Yeah.
Like she has to be like
slobbering all over the. Wipe your mouth.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of saliva down there, right?
It's like when Tim Allen turns into a dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shaggy Dog. Wasn't that the name of that movie?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it.
It's all I watch.
Tim-
Yeah, it's funny. He was just like a man turning into a dog in Home Improvement, and then he's like, you know what? I'm gonna do a full send. I'm just gonna transform into a dog. Like, is that? Did somebody see that? And they're like, I gotta write a script for this guy.
and
We gotta hone in on the dog part.
That's the
of Tim Allen.
funniest part. So we gotta. He doesn't realize.
Let's
that needs
expand
to,
the.
That's the whole thing.
That's Tim. Tim, you don't see it?
Don't say lines. That's exactly Tim.
More of that. Tim, we're talking Scooby-Doo level revenue, baby.
Scooby revenue. Scooby who?
Scooby, you, my man. It's you next.
Moolah.
There was a facial expression we saw Steven do. He was walking and he gave like a his tongue. He is a dog. His tongue's always hanging out of his mouth. Every time he's you're right. In the skateboarding thing, he's grabbing the camera, getting up real close. What's up? Like back up.
He's the guy that wears a "What's up" shirt with like all the A's.
And
you
the
ever have one of
Z's,
those kids?
yeah.
What's up?
Yeah.
You're like,
Goes around the back.
dumb shirt. What do you play? Trombone? Yeah, for Jesus. Every Sunday. What's up? On the back of the shirt, it says like the church he goes to, Young Life, the group, the chapter.
Oh, cool. Life of the Y.
Your church made that shirt.
That's a lot of what we got for Stevie B. His affair that has not broken his marriage, just because he has because of Jesus Christ. Here's a question: who would you rather be? Stevie B?
Still Alec.
Me too.
Stevie B is somebody
How
you admire.
sad is that?
You admire.
You're like, there's a murderer who has to live with that he killed a woman, but he's pretty funny.
And he's got a lot of money.
Pretty funny.
And he's like respected.
Steven's
still.
younger though.
Yeah, Steven is younger, but Steven is somebody you admire from afar. You don't be Stevie.
No. Nobody
wants to be Stevie.
You never go full Stevie.
You just gotta be like Stevie.
Stevie.
And he gets stuff done.
Arm's length, buddy. Arm's length.
I like Stevie. He tries at acting. He wrote a book. He's a devout Christian man. He's got some skeletons in his closet, but he was born again. It's
kind of relaxing to have God in the background of your life, you know. It's kind of grounding. If you can like really believe it. Did we talk about how like different moments where he felt like God was talking to him? He's one of those people. He thinks God like really talks to him.
Yeah, I don't know if you talked about you told
being
me.
in church.
Yeah.
He was saying that if God didn't give him the juice that skateboarding and bull riding and skydiving gave him, he wouldn't do it. So he is lit up with God. Wow. He has his adrenaline on when he feels the Lord. He's saying that like when he reads the Bible, he feels sometimes wind from the pages. I mean, dude's living a Harry Potter life.
That's a good life.
That's sweet.
If you can really
that's
be on
sweet.
If you can really be on that level, that's
He's
awesome.
connecting with people.
Yeah.
He seems so at peace.
Yeah.
Even though he's been through like a lot of turmoil. He hasn't killed anyone yet. It's coming. Biodome 2.
Yeah.
Coming to a morgue near you. Someone's dying on the set of Biodome 2. Pauly Shore's going to lose it and just joke or somebody.
Yeah.
Intentionally kill someone. He's just so fed up. No more room for the weasel?
Come on.
I'll show you what the weasel can do.
Yeah, he's at peace. He didn't go off the deep end like a lot of like a lot of. I don't mean to say actors of the past.
Mm-hmm.
You don't look into them and you're not shocked by what they're
Mel
up to.
Gibson,
Aaron Carter.
Yeah,
that's a singer, but like it's a good scenario that you look him up and you're like, oh, he's just really hardcore Jesus and makes pretty
not the worst way to
silly
go.
films
to entertain the stupid and devout.
Yeah, but
it's funny. That's the only audience kind of that he has now. Is
dumb,
just the
dumb and devout,
dumb and devouter.
I like Stevie B. I would have him as a guest.
You'd have him as a guest at your home.
I would love to have him. He can only bring bliss to your life.
Yeah.
It's just fun to have somebody like that around.
Positive energy.
Positive energy.
Yeah.
He's like Brody Stevens.
Yeah. He'll kill himself one day too. No, his wife would never let him.
No.
He does say he's scared of his wife. He talks about his wife with the love and fear of a man who has cheated and has moved past it, but now she always has that.
Mm-hmm. And he has to do
That's
everything
how
she's
their
into.
marriage seems
Yeah,
to
I'm
me.
into God. I
love it.
Love God.
Love this stuff.
Love you, Kelly. You and God equally. You are more
Kenya?
Kenya.
Kelly.
Yeah, he forgets her
She's
name.
like, don't call me Kelly. Yeah, he's scared of her. Oof. Actually, I might consider that in terms of if I want to be Stevie B.
I don't want to be Stevie B.
Actually, I don't want to do that.
You don't want to be Stevie B.
No.
Nobody take the
You don't
B
want to
out
be
of
in
Stevie.
You don't want to be in a 30-year marriage.
You want to see Stevie B be Stevie B, but you don't want to be Stevie B.
completely.
You don't want to he Stevie B. I am he Stevie B.
I am he. Heed me, Stevie B.
Heed-
You do not want to be me, Stevie B.
Only watch what I see, being Stevie B.
See Stevie B. Do not be Stevie B. See Stevie B.
Stevie B B.
And come on down to Stevie B's CBD.
CBD shop. Felt like it was now kind of an Indian guy.
A little bit. Well, you can be anyone you want to be, except for Stevie B.
Stevie B.
You do not want
I
to
am
be
the
Stevie
only
B.
me, Stevie B, who you would not want to be if you were given the C. Yeah, I'm just looking for a sativa.
I'll do it again. Stevie B.
Would you like a sativa B?
He's like a broken robot. He just keeps saying that speech.
Yeah.
The CBD Stevie B. You do not want to be me, Stevie B speech.
It's like a psychic or like one of those people at the Coney Island, the fortune teller.
Yeah. Guess I'll put another quarter and see what else he's
He's
got.
like, it is me, Stevie B.
Oh, no.
Put your faith in JC and you will
I
see.
can't do laundry today now.
What?
I wasted my quarter. Look, Charles. Let's just wrap it up. How do you feel about this episode?
Good. How do you?
All right.
We can redo it if you want to redo it.
I don't want to redo it. I think in the edit, sometimes we get to the end of these and we're like, "Whew, that was a long slog," and maybe it'll be an hour episode, but it'll be an episode.
We'll see. I think let's just.
It was fun.
Let's
It was
cap it out.
fun. We had fun.
Yeah, we had fun.
We had fun.
I need to not bring that weed ever again.
It's okay.
I don't like it. My eyes hurt.
I don't like it.
I don't like that weed.
I don't like
It doesn't
it.
make me seem like me when we're talking about Stevie B.
Yeah, Stevie B, we love you. I mean, if this guy would ever come on and
Be amazing.
light us up about Christ, I
would
think we'd actually
love to do an episode.
this would
with
become
Stevie
a Christian
B.
podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Our lives would change.
Overshadowed by the Lord.
Yeah,
Living in
living in
shadow
the
of
Lord's
Lord.
overshadow. Yeah, we could do that brand switch. I think you guys would be
for
fine with that,
sure.
right?
We could tour mega churches.
You think our audience would be cool with just a little pivot?
Yeah.
A little JC Stevie B
They already
pivot?
believe in us.
Yeah.
Why not believe in something bigger than us?
Why not add one more guy?
One pretty cool guy.
Third host of the pod.
Two more guys. Stevie B and
Oh.
Big
Stevie B is going
JC.
to be permanent mic on the pod?
that would be a great. He'd just be like a producer you refer to in the corner.
He's not going to produce
Stevie
it.
B's corner.
He would produce it, actually.
Yeah, he would.
Yeah.
And we just drop little messages.
Let's try to get Stevie
Little
B to
verse in
produce
each
this
episode.
podcast. Yeah.
Okay. Stephen Baldwin. If
Steven,
you're listening,
please.
hit us up. Find us on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes.
At Gangsters for Christ on YouTube, Spotify, iTunes.
And we will resurrect your name and raise some money for you. What was the website called? Restore Stevie.
Restore Stevie
Let's
B
restore you
to his
Stevie,
once high heights.
on a new wave that is overshadowed.
Yeah.
And come live in the shadow of the Lord with us, Stevie B.
I'm so hungry.
I'm starving.
So hungry. We got to wrap it
I
up.
want some naan.
How can you have none? Okay. We got to go. Thank you guys for listening. This has been Overshadowed. We would rather be Alec
Anywhere
B.
else.
Anybody else. Or anywhere else.
No, Alec Baldwin.
Alec
Okay,
Baldwin,
rather-
we'd
you wanna
rather
say
be.
that you want to harmonize, or is that dumb?
I would rather be, and you would rather be, and we would rather not be Stevie
Stevie
B,
B.
but would rather instead be Alec Baldwin.
Baldwin. There we go. But we would love to have you on the pod, Stephen B. We think you're a great guy. Nothing negative against you. I love the way you're taking your life. Obeying your wife.
Yeah.
Believing in the big man upstairs.
Okay.
Inspiring the youth.
How about it?
Making independent films.
Yeah.
You're doing what you want to do. You're living the life that we all hope to do one day, and that's by not caring what anybody else thinks.
Doing what you
and-
want to do and being financially stable,
Yeah.
which he has done through RestoreStevieB.org, StephenBaldwin.org. Don't go to Restore Stevie B.
It doesn't exist anymore. I tried.
We'll buy it and we'll sell
For
it.
some
to
reason, it got taken down.
him. Buy therealStevieB@hotmail.com.
Yeah.
Very
all,
strange.
All praise be to Augusta. Please listen to every episode we have. Leave a little review. No.
Come on. Listen to everyone. Review everyone. Give us an... Actually, don't do that. That might hurt our feelings. But please review us on iTunes, on Spotify. It really does help. Check us out on TikTok. YouTube.
All the social medias. Yeah.
At Zach
please-
Russell Comedy.
At Charles_Engle. Please give 5 stars. Anything you want to do. Treat us like an Uber. Just give us 5 stars and
Come
move
on. And subscribe to the Patreon. Just
Yeah.
like an Uber. You know, he has like violin recordings he wants you to check out. Just
You could
scan the
see
QR code and forget about it, people.
on.
We got content on there. We got some stand-up sets we're going to put on there.
We got some rap battles.
Got some rap battles.
We've had a boost the past couple of weeks, so thank you to everybody that is listening to the episodes. It's really cool. It helps us going, knowing that you're listening.
And this is our second ep. Honestly, last week's ep pretty good.
Pretty
so honestly, this week we kind of had a bye. We had a bye week.
We had a bye week.
We had a
But
Stevie
the thing
bye
is,
week.
we're showing up.
Yeah.
We got to give them something.
We got to give the people something.
Going to the gym is better than not going to the gym at all.
That's right.
Right?
And listening is better than not listening.
Mm-hmm.
So you guys have done it. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Go buy yourself $7 coconut water.
And get high on us from a weed/ramen shop.
All right, y'all. Thanks for listening. And who knows who we're going to cover next week. But you know it's going to be fun. Charles, anything else to say?
Adios, Augusta.